Hello and welcome back. My name is VanessaBlank from Wild Woman Bushcraft. Today another video under my roof. Maybe you'll see the last two videos. I show you the process from my roof camper building. I had a small room here in the loft area where was my bushcraft equipment and all my tools inside. It was not so big that you can really move around or create something, and it was too much stuff inside. So I've made the decision to put everything outside, what it is bushcraft equipment and all the other stuff, that only the tools are left inside. But there was still not enough place to bring all my tools inside, all my building equipment. So I've built another room here in the background with more space. And now all the tools are inside, and I create some stuff that you don't see in the last two videos. So today it is a last check video, update video, what it is the final looking of my tool camper. And if you want, you can stay tuned and watch around what I have done in the last few days here. Let's start here at the outside. I've bought some of those shelves that I can bring all my stuff at a small point, and now it looks cleaner. So everything there doesn't fit and doesn't belong to the equipment camper, like here the different wall colors. So here's also a little bit of my crisis preparedness equipment, like this here, or the EcoFlow solar power station. So I sell this one, but only for people who take it from my home. It is impossible for me to ship it away, so it is not important for the English video. And here, if there happens someday anything that I start without wanting a fire, so I use tools there inside, and there I have sometimes a little bit of sparkles, and I'm afraid that all those wood here at the floor is starting to burn someday. If it happens, I could react very fast, and I have also a fire alarm, more fire alarms here around, because if I don't know it, see it or smell it fast enough, they will. Another area of my roof room here before we go inside of the tools camper is this here. So before I start the renovation here, I had here different stuff. I am always a person, if I had to move things away, I bring them in the right room, but then I let them stand at some point and think for myself, okay, so I bring them later at the right spot. But then they stand there for 2 months, and then they are getting bigger and bigger, and then someday I had to do it now. So this is one of my character things. Okay, now it is, as you can see, filled with wood and my table saw. At first I want to have the table saw inside of my camper, but then I think if I work here, I have massive wood like this, I cannot saw this inside of my small camper. I want to have the possibility to move myself and move also the wood. So I have it outside now. So this is everything what's left from the last renovation projects, and I fix it now all inside here, and I make also their switcher that it doesn't fall away. So this is very simple, but it works. I can open it if I need the wood, and I can close it if it should just stand there. Light was also very important, because in this room here I had at the beginning only 2 lamps, not enough to see really anything. So I've got this here, but not only for this room, I have it also at the other living rooms. When I create a new wall with color, you often have your light not bright enough that you cannot see if you really fill everything with the wood wall color. And something like this is great then. Also here another light. Okay, it is not the best one, but it was usually sought for a driftwood project. and now I fix it here. Okay. This here is also something that normally should be in the trash. So someone put it in the trash, but I need it. It is normally for hospital or care beds. Here they stand at the side. And I have it now as a tool vehicle. I can put small stuff inside there or laying here. And I use it if I had to cut wood with the small cordless chainsaw. I put my wood here at this area, and there is a hole between, and it is big enough to cut with the saw here. So it works great. Okay, enough from this area. The door is the same, it doesn't change anything. Someone asked me if I do this at my own, the key holder, but now I saw this in the World Wide Web and I think it's great, I need it. And this sticker, in case of emergency, rescue my guitars, of course. So you have to see it with a little bit sense of humor. There are some people that read it and said, huh, rescue my guitars, you have animals, you have kids, why don't rescue them? Of course, it's a joke. So, and here, this is upcycling. When you are inside of the new tool camper, the feeling isn't so great because you have no sunlight, you are completely isolated. And I've got this old windows here in this room because there is a little bit of stuff which is here since they built the house, so pretty old. And yeah, I thought it would be a great idea to have here those small windows inside to just see a little bit through the outside. It doesn't bring much light inside because the window is there, but it's okay. This is just for the feeling and for the optic. So if when we are going inside now, sometimes I switch between the cameras because with the GoPro I have a bigger view that I can show it to you better. Now I give you a view into these rooms. So this here was the room like it was before, but as I start the process, everything was full here inside. You had to know I had all my bushcraft equipment here. I had tents here, I had backpacks here and my tools. So I was happy when I have the area here at the working bench free. But that was it. Nothing more, no more area, no more space. Everything was full. And now I have a lot of space here. I can walk around, I can move around. Also in the room that I create new. So before I do this, my equipment was everywhere. Apart, in front of the door, outside, so a little bit here into this room under the roof. Now everything is at one point like I wanted, and you can move around, you can be creative, everything what was not possible before. Let's start with the old room. So at this wall I had all of my small tools in the past. Now it is a little bit cleaner and it is easier to find something. So here are my bits, my drills, my precision mechanic tools. Everything has his own space and it looks much better than before. So, and then the working bench is at the same place as before, but I had more space because I can put some stuff at other areas of the room. So now it is so that I can show it to you. Before I started the process, not. And as you can see, there are also a lot of old tools inside. They are not all new. For example, this here for water pipes. This is very old, but it still works. And I have also old stuff if it is good enough for working. This here is also a very old one. You can see this is not like I write that you can read it better. But it is great for all this smallest stuff that I need someday, somewhere. And now it is everything at its own space. This here is for my guitars. If I had to put on new sides. And this area here is now clean if I want it. But if I had to work, I'd remove it. And then I have here underneath some leather also for working. But you can see I work often here. And you can see it. So the next area is this here. Here I have, for example, some Torx, and these are all cases from watches. I just have them if I need someday a case for something like this. If I haven't enough of those plastic bags, I want to bring it inside there. But now everything is clean, and okay, this here is the only one where they are all mixed, but here at the rest everything is the same size. This mechanic tool trolley is something that I bought to have more space inside here, because in the past I have only old tools, and I thought it would be great to have a trolley like this where everything has its own space. It cannot be chaotic because you can only put it back in the right space, and then yeah, I have more place and everything is clean. So I checked them out for a long time, and if you want to have such a trolley from a popular brand where you know the quality is okay, you pay over 1,500 euros. So this was too expensive for me. Then I've bought this one here. It is okay for the hobby area, for the hobby workers at home. But for professional area, the quality is not good enough. So for me it's okay, but when you think that this whole thing costs about 700, 800 euro, one of these tools can only cost, not in production, when they sell it, 2-3 euros. Yeah, then you know you have not a high quality. But for me it's okay. This guitar here is for my son. I started a while ago to try out those guitars that you can build at your own. And this is for my son. So I want to check out if they are from the sound good or not. So here everything what I need for my guitars. Good music is very important if you work long. Because of this I have here the Marshall and the tablet, and here is small stuff. With this you can brand at wood, so I've do this in the past often. And not everything what I have is high quality. So for example, this here is from a dollar store. It costs not $1, but it is very cheap. So I don't have only high quality tools. Down there are my Jackeries. They are always clearly full load with solar energy, that if I need it, I have them ready. The room you saw now was the clean room. My guitar stuff and all the other stuff that's here should not be dirty. And the room that I've built new here is the dirt room. Here I work with the wood machines, and here is always a lot of dirt in the air. Because of this, what I have to do the next days is to close this area here, that I can bring here something that close this area complete, so that I can switch up and down, that all the dirt stays inside here. Let's start with this area. So I had here those camber, and I asked you what I can put inside there. As you can see, there is a little bit of stuff inside now. The solar panels, for example, or the tough case that I don't need every time. And you had so many great ideas what I can put inside. And I want to have there some trolleys that I can move around without muscle power, and all my Christmas decoration will be there in the future. Here I have some of my old tools. all with cable, so that was not the time for cable-less tools. I don't need them often, but I am happy that I have them. Here are my motor saws, of course Stihl, nothing better than a Stihl, but I also have here a cheap one, and this here is with cable, the Bosch. I thought it would be easier, but of course there are also bad points. Those cases also fit in the camber later. I don't want to put them away in the trash. So, and this here is for sharpening my knives, for example, or some wood stuff. I have also an air cleaner inside, but this isn't the right solution. I need something that cleans the air here inside. Some of you wrote me I have to protect my lungs. Of course, you are absolutely right. So I need a system that brings all the dirt outside when I'm working here with the machines. But I don't know what to do yet, but maybe you have an idea. Here are my big tools. So this is my scroll saw. I love it because I often do some Christmas decoration with them. So wood, trees and something like this, and for this it is great. Then I have here a drill press with laser, very, very great. And here, this is my good one. This is my bond saw from Einhell, a very good brand, and I just love it. And here we have the miter saw, also with laser, so I use it often while the project of the renovation here, and I just love it. This here is my Dremel, the tool for all the small stuff. And this here, it's great. So this here is not a woman's toy. It is yeah, a small tool if I had to fix a torque or make a hole, for example. It's great. So it fits perfect in my hand, and for the small stuff, it's perfect. This here is the Dremel tools, and here you can see very, very old tools. So the planer here, they are so old. My grandpa had them, and I use them anymore. And you can see here how soft the wood is. When you remember how many people, how many hours worked with them, they have just a soul. Also here, as you can see, this is very, very old, but they are quality tools, so they are still good, and it doesn't matter if they look anymore so nice like this here. They still work, and I do not want to bring them in the trash anywhere. First aid, very important. I've bought them new because I hadn't something like this in this room before. Protection for the ears, my new windows, I love them. So I use this very often by the building projects. Also this here, very great. And here are all my cordless tools, all Bosch green. I know some people said only Bosch blue is the right, but for me it is Bosch green, okay. So here is the small Stihl GTA 26, great for all the small projects. A compressor I really need it often. In the beginning of the forest cabin I use it to bring all the dirt outside, and now I clean the vacuum cleaner with it to bring all the small dirt outside for the bikes. So there are 1,000 possibilities to use it. Now I showed you everything. I'm very happy how it is now. I clean this room here not so often in the past, and when I clean it I use my house vacuum cleaner, and this was not a good idea because the combination isn't great. And I saw in the construction market this year you can use it for wet or dry stuff, and it costs around 40 euros, so not very expensive, and it worked great. I would never use my house vacuum cleaner anymore for this dirty room. So we come to an end now. I hope you feel not that this was an advertising video, because it was not. I was not paid for this. I only show you the brands because I have them, and of course I use them. So I'm not a pro, so I can do it only like I can do it, and I'm always happy when I can learn something. So people wrote me, for example, I should protect my lungs and I should wear long clothes if I use the glass wool, and I had to make it a little bit different that I've done it now. And I'm always happy if I can learn something, because only this way I can get better. And I have also a solution for the problem with the insects that are in the wood. So there will come someone and just check it, and then I can see how bad it is and what I have to do in the future. You wrote me also a lot of insect poison. I checked them all out, and there's really good stuff, and I will try it out to bring it into the wood and cover it. So I'm out for today. Maybe you have an idea for the dirt problem into this room, that I can get fresh air inside and bring the dirty air outside. Maybe you have an idea, because I know a lot of you people also do something like this. So I hope we see us again in the next video, and I am really out now. Bye bye, have a great time.